Welcome to Doris's Kitchen, and today we're going to do our chocolate chip cookies. Okay, so first, I got my first stick of butter here. You need 2 sticks of butter because you need a whole cup of butter. So a whole cup of butter is really just 2 sticks. Okay, it's best if you take it out a little beforehand to allow it to come a little bit to room temperature, because that works better. And it's, be easier on your cutting. I just take a knife and chop it all up. That way when you start mixing the rest of your ingredients, it's kind of warmed right up a little bit. Makes it a little bit easier. Okay, and what you're going to add now is 1 cup of sugar. Chocolate chip cookies are really a sweet, sweet thing. Okay, so you have 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of white sugar, I'm still working this with my knife. Okay, and with that, we're going to add a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Notice a lot of the recipes, they want the brown sugar and everything. So this is really sweet. Now, this is kind of like a part 2 to my videos and stuff, because I just made banana oatmeal cookies. This is part 2 because I'm going to make 4 trays of variety cookies. And like the other one, you can cook it in 3 different ways, just plain. Then do another dozen with raisins, and another dozen with raisins and walnuts. So you just keep adding them. When they end up with raisins and walnuts, especially on banana oatmeal cookies, it's almost like a breakfast bar, so they're really good for the kids to turn around and grab and just eat when they go to school. See how this all breaks right up? Blends in really good. Okay, now I'm going to add 2 eggs. Okay, so you have 1 cup of butter, 1 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 2 eggs, a cap of vanilla. That's what they call a teaspoon. It's really just a cap. The old days we done things a little bit different. We didn't get so much as measuring. Okay, and we have 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Make sure it's baking soda, not powder, okay? Baking soda. Okay. About this time is when I'm going to go into using my spoon now, because I've cut my butter up really good. Okay, so it's always best to mix your ingredients before you add the flour. Just because you want to make sure that everything is blended in nice and correctly, and it's also easier to blend in. So much easier. That way the butter, you don't end up with 1 clump of butter on 1 cookie, and when it melts down into kind of a flat pancake kind of thing. There we go. And this pretty much gives you the idea of what it looks like. Okay. So now we're going to add our flour. And we need 2 1/4 cups. There's my 2. I need just a little bit more, 1/4, that's about it. Alright, now blend that in. There we go. You can add 1 cup at a time if you want to make it easier to stir, There we go. It's pretty much ending up a little bit like a ball, Blend that right in. There we go. Okay, so this is pretty much the way you have it. Now we're going to add 12 ounces of chocolate chips. I got into these little baby chocolate chips once, and oh, those even work better. But if you can't find them, the regular chocolate chips will do. And you know, the privilege of being the cook is you can always eat one. That's what's good about cooking. Cooks always end up gaining more weight and stuff because they're always sampling everything to make sure things are just fine for the family. And that's the excuse we give. Oh, well, we want to make sure it was perfect. But usually when they're hot and everything, you know, moms are always the last one to sit at the table to eat a hot meal because they're busy serving to the kids and the family and stuff. So I guess this is kind of like the reward for cheating like that. There we go. All right. Now, I've already made one batch, which was the plain chocolate chip cookies, which is what this is. So because I like to do it in 3 different ways to make my platters more appealing to my guests, I'm going to add a box of my Sun-made raisins to this pack. There we go. Love raisins. They're good. What I really like is when I add the walnuts. So what I'll do is I've already done just the plain chocolate chip cookies. I'll do about a dozen of these with the raisins and stuff. And then after that, I've chopped up some of my walnuts. I've got them in here. So on my second dozen, to complete my platter, it will be with my crushed walnuts. Okay? But remember that if you have seniors that are attending your party, and you have many of them, you might want to put the cookies that have the walnuts in a different platter and maybe put a little tag on it that says with walnuts, only because seniors tend to choke a little bit on those and stuff. Okay? So, here we go. And now to put it on your tray, you just spoon it right out. Use one of your soup spoons here. Nice little spoonful like this. And every tray makes a dozen. So here we go. Try to make them all about the same size. It looks more appealing on your tray that way. The holiday season brings so much sweets out, huh? But when you have a party, you have to have a variety of things. So when you do your cookies, I mean, you can make just a 1 batch of cookies and turn it 3 ways. So that's the really nice part about this. So you're not spending all day cooking, but you're still giving your guests a nice variety. Yeah. Go. There we go. All right. So here we have a dozen of chocolate chip cookies, and you're going to want to bake this at 375 for 10 minutes. Okay? And do not grease your sheet. This is a recipe that does not require greasing your cookie sheet. Okay, and this is the end result. Nice chocolate chip cookies. Yay, for your guests to eat. So here you go. From stirring, making, placing it on your sheet, and here you go. Happy holidays, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. And please remember your senior neighbors and stuff, so that you can turn around and fix up a tray of all the goodies that you bake for one of your senior neighbors, and that's giving from the heart. Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas, everyone.